Okay, guys, you were looking for an example of an essay that would have earned an A, in this case, a full 100%. And so let's look at what's fabulous and strong about this essay. So we start with the thesis at the top, and the thesis is really strong because it takes a really strong stand. Donella H. Meadows utilizes diction and style, so we know what two things she's proving, to prove that lines are fictional. So we also know the item that she's proving. So the goal of the essay is to connect fictional lines with diction and style, and how the author uses diction and style to prove that the lines are fictional. So the first sentence that says the author believes that the human mind needs lines, that humans need to categorize and put a location on everything, even though the earth was formed without lines. So here is the first strong part right here, where the earth is formed without lines, because that proves directly that they are fictional, as in fake, that they are created by the human mind. So there's a great connection here between the earth is formed without lines and the human mind. In the next sentence, words of nature such as land and sea have a denotation, which is the dictionary definition. This is an example of both diction and style. The denotation is liquid and soiled parts of our earth. Concurrently, in spite of these words seeming so simple, she adds a connotation, which is also an example of diction and style. Connotation meaning the emotional meaning, describing as not land nor sea. So the denotation, which is the dictionary definition, is sea and land, but the connotation is not land nor sea, which shows why they are fictional. In addition, the diction indicates that the lines separating land and sea are not real, because land cannot be separated from sea, because the sea comes and takes the houses built on the land. So again, diction meaning the words themselves. So she chose the embedded quotation of sea comes and takes the houses built on the land. So there's no line there between sea and land based on the idea that the sea comes and takes it. These lines are pointless since they shift in histories as minds change, thus showing again that with the minds changing, that the ideas of these lines are only humans and are fictional. Yet people kill one another over them, so it shows how important they are, but that since they change over history, they're fictional. Even though these lines are only ideas, of course reinforcing that they're fictional, humans still strongly believe that there are lines between Poland and Russia and between France and Germany on the constantly changing maps, which tells you, of course, that the difference between the countries, between Poland and Russia and between France and Germany, are only in the human mind. And they're constantly changing, as of course the shifts in history happen when minds change. Maps also have a diction, which she means, which is an awkward use of the word diction. However, what she means is that they are a representation of an area, yet the author takes the definition further. So this would actually be the denotation, which is the representation of an area, but the author takes the definition further, adding a connotation, mentioning how linguists say maps are not the territory. The line on the map cannot be found at the edge of the sea, showing you again that through the connotation and the diction and the style, that linguists say that maps are not the actual territory. The line on the map cannot be found at the edge of the sea. Meadows reinforces that these lines are fictitious by saying that ideas are not stopped by her made-up idea police and stand guard, which is again fantastic. How the author and our student, is using embedded quotations to prove that lines are fictitious, because ideas are not stopped by them. An idea of police is stand guard, but the lines can still go through, the ideas can still go through, showing that they are fictitious. She repeats the irony of how harsh the lines seem to be, separating one from the other. Although money and goods cross them, migrating birds, even radioactive debris crosses them, of course showing that they are fictitious because all of these items can cross them. Nothing is physically stopping anything or anyone, which of course brings her all the way back up to this idea of lines being fictional. In summation, Meadows strategically uses diction and style to indicate that there is no physical proof right here of non-existence lines and boundaries, which is exactly what the thesis statement says, that through this diction and style, through the denotation and connotation, through what denotation says and what connotation says, that even though humans want boundaries, that they are indeed fictional, as we have seen through all of the quotations in this essay, which is what gives it a 9, that she took the thesis, made her point, and then supported it with all different items and strong quotations from the text.